What's up you guys, and welcome back. And I know I look a little weird right now. I am doing a tutorial, well, following a tutorial that Madison did on the Vogue YouTube channel, and I wanted to recreate and have you guys follow along with me and her. I will insert a little clip of her doing her makeup as well, like down here or right here, so you guys can follow along with us. I've been dying to do this. I thought it'd be a really good idea. So I know the first thing that she does is put on a hairband, so that's what I did. This is the one I used to wash off my makeup with, so if you see that's a little dirty, I'm sorry. The first thing she does is soap brows.
Amazing trend of soap brows, which whoever came up with that is genius.
Which I don't have soap. I'm just gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow wax. And she just brushes the product through her eyebrows. So let's go ahead and do that.
Your eyebrows. And again, I don't know if I did this right.
You guys already know how I feel about this stuff. It's only convenient right now because I don't have soap like the one she does to do this, so I'll just use this in the meantime. She has very thick, voluminous brows. I know this will look good on her. Let's see what else she does.
This foundation, technically it's a skin tint is what it's called. It's supposed to just even out your skin tone. I actually really like the way it looks.
Alright, she uses skin tint, which you guys already know. I'm not a big fan of skin tints. So I'm just going to use my Dior Face and Body Foundation. This is in the shade 2.5N. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over my face. A little bit of a lighter coverage, it's not too heavy, so I'd rather use this. And I noticed that she also uses a sponge to blend it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I have my damp beauty blender here. And it looks like she doesn't use any primer. She just goes straight in because she did do her morning routine, which is fine. That's what I'm going to do as well. I do have like my skincare on too, so that acts like a barrier with my skin. I also noticed she didn't keep her headband on the whole time. That's okay. My hair is a little crazy right now, so I do have to keep it out of my face. If not, I'm going to be fidgeting with it a lot, and I don't want to do that and annoy you guys. All right, let's see what else she does.
Is the Lord and Savior of concealers, which is the Nars Creamy Concealer. I've been using these forever, and I feel like I just started getting into makeup a bit more in the last like 2 years. I just never thought I was good at it, to be honest with you. And I used to have eyelash extensions, and I used to just not really care to wear makeup because that felt makeup-y to me enough. So I didn't really wear any makeup. I actually 99, to be completely honest, 99% of my days I don't wear any makeup at all.
Okay, so she uses the Nars Ready Creamy Concealer, and to be quite honest, I hate those products. Okay, I shouldn't really use the word hate. I just don't really like them on my skin. It just breaks up so easily, and it's not meant for oily skin. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it just makes me look super oily and just emphasizes all my creases. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Concealer, and this is in the shade Light 150. So let's see, I think she puts it under her eye.
I'm just too lazy, to be frank, but when I'm in the mood and I have time to do like a full face, I will, because I like doing makeup.
I'm gonna do that same application as she did. All right, so she does blend it in, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in with my sponge again.
I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury, I think they're called glow sticks, contour wands. I use it very sparingly because it a little goes a long way. So that's my cream contour. So I start with all cream.
So she uses a contour wand, which I don't have. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Huda Beauty Tantor Bronzer. Give me 1 second. So this is it. This is in the shade Fair. And she uses very sparingly, so I'm gonna go ahead and just apply a little bit. I'm not gonna dot it like hers, but I am gonna that amount, and then I'm just gonna tap it on the back of my hand. And now I'm just gonna contour like she did. All right, so next thing is blush.
Tilbury cream blush. I put a lot.
And she uses cream blush, and she uses the Charlotte Tilbury blush, which I also don't have. So instead, I use the Milani Nude Kiss blush. And I'm just gonna take my beauty blender
and I know it looks like a lot
to apply this. Looks like she uses a lot, so. Okay, so I'll do that too. Oh, I think that was a little bit too much. So she uses a Charlotte Tilbury powder, which I do have. This is in a shade 2 medium. I'm gonna set where she sat down her concealer.
Going with powder, weird order of operations is about to go down, just warning everybody. This is the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I'm gonna just try to make that guy as chilled out as possible, even though it might not be possible. And I also only really powder under my eyes and in like my T-zone.
All right, so I do have that. I have the Fenty Beauty Sunstalk'r bronzer in the shade Private Island. Show you guys.
My bronzer, and I'm using the one and only Fenty Beauty, my queen Rihanna's bronzer, and you can see how filthy this is. I would use it all the time, and I'm just gonna go in lightly. This is in the shade Private Island. Shout out to Ree for making the best makeup ever. And I don't really ever nose contour.
Okay, so she also does do nose contour with this, so I'm gonna do that once I'm done bronzing up my face.
This has given me confidence over the past few years to be able to do. I do it very, very lightly because it still does scare me. I use a brush like this, and I just will get in there, and I'll just do a tiny, tiny bit on either side of my nose, and I will look very awkward and concentrated while I do so. And then,
so it looks like she just bronzes up the sides of her nose. So I'm gonna use my Sweet Oasis brush by Morphe and get the sides like she does. And she also does the tip of her nose. Next thing she does,
the Fenty Beauty blush, which is in Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. This is the best blush ever, and you can never have too much blush.
So she uses powder brush to set down her cream blush, which I don't have that blush that she's using, but I'm gonna go ahead and use my Nars Orgasm blush. She said you can never have too much blush. She likes to apply a lot of blush. Okay, so she goes in with her palette, which I do have. I'm excited to use. And I think I missed what shade she used, so I'm gonna go ahead and rewind back.
Is my beloved Morphe Madison Beer palette. So I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade.
So it looks like she goes in with that white shade she has in this palette, which I'm kind of nervous to do. I think it's just to set down everything. Looks like she has a precise application. This is just going all over the lid.
So I'm using this shade in my palette, and I'm gonna use a little bit of this one as well, and I'm just mixing the two, and I'm going just into the crease of my eyes right here, and I'm using, I keep going back in with this lighter shade just to throw it in the corner of my eye in the middle.
So she's using this shade, oops, and this shade as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna mix those two. She says she's also just keeping it in the crease. Looks like she also says that she applies this white shade in the inner portion of her eye or towards the center, so that's what I'm gonna do. She likes to brighten it up. Which it definitely did.
Speaking of brushes, one that I did make that is my savior.
I have that brush.
Morphe. So I use brush. This is the best eyeshadow color in the world. So I use this brush.
So she picked up the shade.
So I always try to look down or like center. This is all this brush is for, and then it goes away. And then I have a bit bigger of brush to do my liner. And I also have not always worn eyeliner, but once I get into a routine, I can't break it. I'm a creature of habit, and I use the exact same shadow color. What I do is I'll look and I will imagine if I had a really long eyelash coming out from here, like where would it sit and what would it look like? And so I see like a line in my head and then I just follow that. So.
All right, so next thing she uses the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, which I do have. This is the cream highlighter in the shade Spotlight.
Just do like 2 little dots right there. And I love highlighter. I feel like it just makes me feel like I'm a forest nymph and a fairy, and like, who doesn't want to feel like a fairy? I double up on highlighter a little bit. I really like this Glossier one. It's called Play, I think. And it's a very similar thing to what I just did, but it's a slight variation in pigment, I guess. And I put it on with my fingers.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. Considering that we have powder on, this is actually blending out pretty nice on top of it. I'm not even double up on a highlighter, so I don't have any other cream highlighters or liquid. So I don't have that mascara, but I do have something that I feel like is totally worth your money, which is the Maybelline the Falsies Lash Lift.
Mascara. It's called the Lash Slick by Glossier, and it makes my eyelashes look like eyelash extensions. It just fills them out so much.
My lashes, you guys, it looks so pretty. All right, so what else does she do?
It matches my lip tone, and I can get away with overlining my lips a lot, and it doesn't really show. And already you can see this is where my lip is, and I go below it.
Okay, so I believe she's using the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in the shade Pillow Talk. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that as well because I do have that lip liner. I agree, this lip liner does like it also matches my lip tone as well.
Like my lip liner on my skin, but once you put lip gloss on top of that, it looks like your lip.
The other thing she does use is gloss, but I don't have that lip oil she's talking about that Ulta has. So I'm just going to use my Essence Shine Wet Lip Gloss. It looks just like this. And honestly, it gives you that same effect. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Alright, so let's see what her last step is.
Give myself a spray of the same stuff I used at the beginning. A light spray. A light spray. A light spray.
Okay, she uses the Caudalie spray. I'm just going to use my Rare Beauty Always an Optimist facial mist. And she said light spray, so I'm gonna do that too. Alright, so this is what the final look looks like. And let's just evaluate everything that we just did. It definitely does not look bad at all. And it's something I wouldn't really wear as an everyday makeup look. I feel like I would have tweaked this makeup look a little bit, but that's just me personally. She killed it. She looks absolutely flawless. And of course, it's gonna look gorgeous on her because she's just stunning. But I'm not mad at this makeup look. I just feel like I wish I had a different brow product on instead of the wax, because they already gave me that white cast. I don't know if you guys can tell. But overall, this looks really nice. I feel like I'm gonna have to do this another time and just play around with it and see if this is something I would do every day or just a one-time kind of thing. All right, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give me a like, comment below. Also, hit that subscribe button before you leave. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.